Big budget but little for the people. Norton's reaction to government's $1.3 trillion budget. Qaeda News. In a critical response to the government's recently presented $1.382 trillion budget for 2025, leader of the opposition Aubrey Norton described it as a substantial budget that will ultimately yield minimal benefits for the citizens of Guyana. In an interview with News Source following Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh's budget presentation in the National Assembly, Norton highlighted several key issues. One major point of contention was the increase of the income tax threshold to $130,000. He argued that this change does not provide relief for the small man, stating, "You just said the minimum wage is $130,000, which means there is no relief for the small man because he is already at the threshold or below the threshold." Norton criticized the government's overall tax policies as self-contradictory and insufficient for addressing the needs of lower-income earners. He lamented the unchanged VAT rate, suggesting that a reduction from 14% to 10% would have provided broader relief for the average Guyanese. What that means is that every Guyanese who goes out there and purchases will be spending less because they are paying less VAT, he explained. The opposition leader also scrutinized the proposed one-off $100,000 cash grant for women with newborns, calling it inadequate in covering the actual costs associated with raising a child. "I don't know if they know the hospital bill they pay. $100,000 is nothing of consequence," he remarked, criticizing the government for not adequately explaining the intended impact of such measures. Skeptical of the additional $10,000 per child tax deduction, Norton questioned who truly benefits from such measures, noting that many lower-income individuals would not be paying taxes due to the income threshold. He reiterated the need for significant wage increases, suggesting they should be raised to at least $200,000 to make tax measures meaningful. Regarding the increase in old-age pension from $36,000 to $41,000, Norton dismissed it as a joke, arguing that it fails to adequately support pensioners. He accused Finance Minister Singh of masking government incompetence through the use of percentages in budget presentations. Norton further criticized the government's priorities, highlighting the announcement of new construction projects for schools and hospitals without a clear plan for staffing and resources. He expressed concern that these projects could lead to wastage and corruption. In conclusion, Norton labeled the $1.3 trillion budget as garbage, asserting that it lacks proper planning and prudent management of Guyana's oil resources.